Hello, hello, hello. Today, I know last time we talked about we're going to bring in politics. We're going to get into that.
There's so much.
I don't even know. Okay, so I'm going to start off the video by saying, or the podcast, whatever it is, by saying, like, we're not associated with any party, like, we're not one way or anything. Like, we're very, what's that word? Switzerland? Is that what people say?
Switzerland. We're Switzerland. We're Switzerland.
Yeah, like, we're just not, so anything that we say, I don't take it personal, or do. I mean, I don't really care.
I do, whatever.
But yeah, so we're just trying to make light of the situation that we're all in right now in America. America. So, yeah, I thought it would be kind of fun to talk about some quotes from both Donald and Kamala. And what we're going to do is you're going to guess, Bailey, who do you think said it?
Okay, I'm ready.
So we're going to start off by, I'm just going to read it to you, and then you have to think about who do you think said it and how it would sound.
Okay.
So impersonate them, okay? So again, this is probably going to be so bad because we're not, I don't even really know much about
it's so
them.
Funny. I don't know enough, but I know how they
act. Okay, so first up we have, okay, I'm one of the luckiest people on earth.
I believe tremendously that I am one of the best people on earth. Is that the quote?
Yeah.
Is it Trump?
No.
I
thought I was going to get you on this one because it does sound like something I feel like Trump would definitely say, but
tremendously, I'm one of the best.
No, that was Kamala. I'm one of the luckiest people on
earth. Luckiest people on earth.
I love it. Okay, next up we have, the beauty of me is that I'm very rich.
Okay, that sounds like a Donald Trump for sure.
What gave it away?
Believe me, I am the richest in the world. Believe me, a tremendously amount. So.
I love it. Yeah, I feel like if anything, I don't know. I've never really seen much about Kamala, but I don't think she's really talked much about money. I don't even know like her background. Like, does she come from like a wealthy family?
That goes to show you guys how much we know about these politics.
But I know we talked about anyways, we'll get into that a little bit later. But anyways, keep going.
Okay.
Sometimes you have to toot your own horn because nobody else is gonna do it.
That has to be a Kamala.
Okay, I'll give it to you one more time.
Okay.
Sometimes you have to toot your own horn because nobody else is gonna do it.
Sometimes you have to toot your own horn. That's not even how he says it. He's like British all of a sudden. Believe me, I'm the best. And you have to be, okay, I feel like that's a Trump one for sure.
It's Trump. Yep, you got it. Sometimes.
Second time around.
You have to toot your own horn. I don't even know.
Sometimes. Because you have to toot your own horn? That makes sense.
Nobody else is going to do it. That's good. I feel like because we have like such feminine voices, I feel like it's hard to like imagine.
My brother's so good about doing a Donald Trump reenactment.
Some people really are good at that.
He's too good. I had a friend that could do Sarah Palin really well. It was so funny. Sarah Palin?
I don't know who that is.
She is a politician. She's from Alaska. And she has like this hard accent. Yeah, I think she's from Alaska. Sarah Palin.
Palin. I have one more for you.
Okay.
In this country, we celebrate success. We don't want to penalize those who have done well.
Repeat the quote.
In this country, we celebrate success. We don't want to penalize those who have done well. So I'll just give you the first half. In this country, we celebrate success.
In this country, we celebrate success. That's a Donald Trump. No, yeah.
I gotcha.
Yeah,
no, it's Kamala.
Kamala again.
Yeah, I'm surprised though. I feel like I've never really noticed from what I have seen that she really does want, like Trump, I feel like is pretty apparent that like he wants to make the rich richer, but I feel like, I don't know, I just feel like I haven't really heard much about Kamala doing that, but again, we don't know shit. So
all I know is running a business, Trump knows a thing or two how to keep me out of debt. But I will say, because my personality, I lean Kamala's way. My personality says Kamala, my business says like, Trump.
We're girls too.
We're girls.
And so I want to not celebrate, but encourage another woman, but a politician's a politician.
A politician's a politician. They all talk the same way.
Yeah,
when it gets down to the nitty-gritty, all politicians talk a certain way.
They do.
They do.
But yeah, I don't know. I feel like, what do you think about, so that's done with the quotes. So I hope you enjoyed it. I'm glad it's over.
I love it.
I'm not very good at impersonating politicians. But I did want to ask you, so we talked a little bit about in our last episode, there was another assassination attempt at a golf course.
That's crazy.
What are the odds that, like, not saying that this would ever be a thing, but what are the odds that he's like hired somebody to like, you know what I mean?
Like a conspiracy?
Yes. I have a conspiracy that, like, that's something that he's trying to, like, get viewers and, like, oh, poor Donald. Like, he's just trying to make America great again.
I've never thought about a conspiracy.
Yeah. Because I feel like, how has it been twice now? Like, how often have you heard of an assassination since JFK? You know what I mean? So,
like, what? At first it was a teenager.
Was it? I don't even know.
It was like some younger kid for sure. And it was some younger kid. And then the other one was some older gentleman. But not even a gentleman. We won't call him that.
Yeah.
The assassinator.
So I don't know. That's just something that I've thought about.
Really?
Like, I just feel like at the end of the day, if you're gonna, I don't know, like, that has to take a lot of planning to sit there and be like, oh, I want to kill this person, especially somebody as public as somebody running for president and or previous president. And I feel that at the end of the day, if somebody's planning on doing that, they'd have way more preparations in place. And if they wanted it to be done, it would have been done.
All I know is it would make a really good Netflix documentary.
It would. Yeah, that's a good idea.
So that's something we had to look forward to.
But that's if anybody, I don't know, there's so many secrets in government and any type of political stuff that I feel like no matter what, you wouldn't really be able to.
There is a conspiracy. We'll jump into that quick. There's a conspiracy that there are tunnels that go underneath the U.S.
I've heard that.
Oh,
I think I gotta sneeze.
Uh-oh.
I got a tickle in my nose. Sorry.
Sniff it. Sniff it good. Sniff it hard.
Sniff it real good.
Sniff it real hard, you know?
Okay, all right.
Okay, so I heard about that. I had a client who was in the military, and she was older. She was retired, but she was the one that told me that when they're doing, like, the oil up north and how people were getting pissed about the oil pipelines, whatever, but
didn't it just, like, disappear?
I have not heard anything about that.
It was, like, a huge thing. All these people were protesting, and then it was just, like, poof.
Yeah, it was gone. Conspiracy. Conspiracy. I've heard that, but yeah, there's so many we could get into them.
Yeah, that'll be a whole nother episode is conspiracy theorists.
Yes.
Like, I just feel like I don't know. I love to bounce ideas off people and just kind of get different perspectives and kind of see what people are thinking. And I don't know, because I just feel like I love collaborating and
I feel like we're all being lied to, and yeah, I believe that there are certain stories that are true.
Oh yeah,
for sure.
Oh yeah, I feel like at the end of the day, they are hiding so much from us, and we're just
sheep.
Have you seen the new movie Uglies?
No.
Okay, so I
haven't heard of that.
Basically, it's this new world where they make everyone beautiful, and you get all this surgeries and stuff. But what you don't know is when you get the surgery, they like make you stupid. Like you can't, like, you have no processing skills for yourself. Like you're really just like you're in Barbie land, and it's just crazy because at the end of the day, I feel like that low key could be a little bit what we're going through, where people really are like exchanging beauty for brains, you know what I mean?
Is this it's a movie?
Yes, it's a new one that just came out with like Joey King and the guy from Outer Banks. I'm terrible with names,
Outer Banks. I don't know. He's dating
Kelsey Ballerina. Yeah,
he's so cute.
I always call her Ballerina. I don't
know. She could be Ballerina. She'd be good at it.
But anyways, yeah, that was just really interesting to me because I was like, low key though, like we what's the word? Glorify. Thank you.
We're girls.
We're just girls.
We're just girls.
We glorify all these, Kim Kardashian, the Kardashians, like how they really like they have all this work done and they're just the most perfect, beautiful women, and it's just interesting to me how you don't really hear about like people who are like trying to cure diseases. You don't really hear about any of that scientific stuff. It's all about just like drama and looks and stuff like that, and apparently partying too and doing some super crazy shit, like
yeah.
what's going on with P. Diddy and all that stuff.
Yeah, P. Diddy.
What do you know? Tell me.
I read an article that like him and Justin Bieber were really close.
No wonder he went off the deep end because everything that happened. And I heard, did you hear they found like 1,000 bottles of baby oil in his house?
Why? What is somebody doing called this baby oil? Like getting massage?
Pedophile.
He's a weirdo.
He went after like apparently like young boys and stuff. That's like a big reason why Justin Bieber like is so fucked up because apparently
probably. He did a whole Michael Jackson thing probably to Justin Bieber.
Yeah.
Did you ever see that documentary?
No.
Okay, yeah, it's fucked up. We'll get into that later. Yeah. It sounds like some Michael Jackson stuff, honestly.
You know, actually, I just seen an interview with him where he was saying, somebody was like, so you like sleep in the same bed as other children? And he goes, yeah, what's the problem? Like he had, like, they were like, you shouldn't be like, getting all close and cuddly. You should not be cuddling with, you know, kids that are not like, even family. I mean, I don't know. I mean, cuddling with family is fine, but
when you hit a certain age,
yes.
Yeah. When you're dealing with people that are under 21, I feel like it should just be a no-brainer.
Yeah.
But what do I know? I'm just a girl. I don't know.
Just a girl.
What do I know?
But yeah, so I don't know. I just think it's so crazy how so many things go unheard and unseen because of like money and because of their standing in especially Hollywood. Like I would love to see a documentary on Hollywood. I mean, they've already done a documentary on Nickelodeon.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Did
you watch it?
Yeah.
You did? I'm surprised that you did. Because that's a dark one.
I was really upset. I just don't like watching that kind of stuff because it seems like everything I watch, I end up dreaming about. And I just didn't want to have, I don't even like to think about it. I know that's like, I don't know, a scapegoat, but it makes me so uncomfortable, and I just wish that it wasn't a thing. You know?
But it's such a thing that they make it a documentary.
Which like I'm glad that they're spreading the word, and you know.
Yeah, like I used to watch the show All That growing up. Did you ever watch All That? Probably not quite your timeline.
No.
Close. All That, and then like Amanda Bynes was huge on that.
Actually, yeah, that was in the documentary, wasn't it?
Yeah, and she wasn't. I don't think she was mentally stable enough to make comment into the documentary. Like, I think she's still going through it.
Well, have you guys seen, like, pictures of her recently with, like, the heart tattoo?
She got...
the hair.
Something that we cannot relate with in the Midwest is Botox. And, well, okay, some of us can, but a lot of us girls don't.
All natural. Nothing wrong with Botox, but...
Well, when Amanda Bynes is, like, showing how she got this eyelid procedure... I don't know a lot of people who get eyelid procedures, but she's like pointing it out. I'm like, I can't even tell. I can't even tell what, you just look like tight. You just look uncomfortable.
Oh yeah. My mom today, she goes, yeah, there's somebody at work that has an eye tattoo. And I was like, oh, okay. She works at a casino. So I was like, not really thought much of it. She goes, yeah, I really like it. I might get one. And I was like, you're going to get an eye tattoo? I was like, since when? She goes, yeah, like, you know, like an eyeliner. I was like, oh, you mean like permanent makeup?
Okay, like you get it on your eyes? Are you crazy?
That I could hop behind. I feel like if I was just imagining, I don't know, like not a teardrop or anything, but I don't know.
Like some shading?
Yeah.
Some eyeshadow. I wonder if people get eyeshadow. I wonder if you can do eyeshadow. I bet they do. I mean, why would you not?
On. You can do basically anything anymore, I guess.
You can literally get your brows tattooed on now. You can
But anyway, sorry. So I think one thing, we have ADHD. I feel like I have ADHD. I don't know if I've never been
We have squirrel tendencies.
So we jump around. But anyways, going back to the baby oil. There was a conspiracy on that saying, like, that was not baby oil. That was actually, like, drugs. Like, that was, like, there was drugs in the baby oil. So, like, when you would massage somebody.
It would make them tired.
It would, like, go into their skin. And, yeah, that's how, like, bad stuff would happen.
You know what's crazy is P. Diddy just won an award for, it was like the producer of the year award or something like that. Yeah. And so he had like this big performance earlier this year. I don't know if it was like, was it Grammys? Grammys is
VMAs?
Music? No. It was. I think it was the VMAs.
Yeah?
Yeah, it was. And he did a whole performance. And yeah, people were endorsing him. His family was there. And then literally a few months later, this news broke out. So that's crazy to me.
Did you hear the list that he was, I don't know what it was pertaining to, but apparently there was this list of everybody that was like involved. Did you see that?
No.
craziest of people that were on it.
And
Like
a Jeffrey Epstein kind of thing?
Yes.
Where
It almost felt like the same kind of people. Like, they said that P. Diddy said one of his, this like actually hurts my heart to say this, which low key I feel like I've always kind of had a weird feeling about it, but I just love Titanic so much, so like that really hurt my heart.
Don't even say it.
I know.
Leonardo?
Yes, so I was not my Leo.
But he likes the younger girls.
I know, and like that's like I love his acting. I just hate that. Why is like some of my favorite actors
have to be pedophiles? I always fall for the pedophiles.
I don't know. God,
but
maybe
no.
I should go to therapy.
We should go to therapy. Yeah, no kidding.
But that kind of goes back into they're just so charming, and you know they're good with the words, and so I feel like
they know how to breed, or sorry, not breed. They know how to groom.
Yes.
They know how to groom. And that's scary. When you get grooming, it's scary.
I hate that because I feel like almost every young, impressionable, I don't know, like teenage girl, I feel like has gone through at least one situation where there was somebody that was way older than them that was trying to, you know, flirt with you and trying to get with you. Has that happened to you?
In Arizona, a lot. When I
lived like there. When you were like 16, 17.
Oh, when I was that age? No, I have had people make uncomfortable comments to me where they thought it's just okay, but when you think about it, you're like, that was kind of fucked up.
Yeah, like, I know. I hate that. When I was younger, I worked at a produce stand. Like my aunt and uncle had this produce stand in town, so that was something I would do in the summertime is to make a little bit of extra money. I would work on, you know, selling produce, and it was on multiple occasions. There was like guys that were like in their 30s that, you know, were trying to hit on me and trying to ask for my number and wanted me to come over. And I'm like, that is, and like looking back, I'm like, you know, at the time, 16, 17, I was like, oh, I love the attention, whatever, this is fine. But now I'm like, God, like, I wish there was more out there to warn young, impressionable girls, because I just feel like that happens a lot where we kind of get into a rabbit hole and we don't realize it until we're too old, you know.
Old men are like, oh, I'll play flirt because they don't flirt with anybody else. I mean, they go after these young girls. I mean, not really, but they're like a little bit of flirting to them is harmless, but in reality, it's like, do you really need to say that? Did you really need to say that to me?
Yeah.
So I've been uncomfortable. So I used to work at a place called Baumgart's, which is like a farmer's hardware store.
If you know, you know.
If you know, you know. Baumgart's.
Yep.
I worked there at the front register when I was going to beauty school. Weird combination. And all these farmers always had to like, they couldn't like not flirt with me. It's like, where I'm like
glitching and twitching out.
I'm having a stroke at 16 because I don't know what you mean by that.
I hate
and that. I'm gonna go home and cry. So I think that there is an age gap where, to me, I feel like you should be careful with what you say.
Yeah.
Because a lot of us girls are already on the defense. So don't give me another reason to think more.
And I feel like that's a big reason why, I mean, women have turned into such men haters, is because it's just everything with a man seems to always come down to one thing, and that's looks. And so I think that's really, really hard, because forever, since the existence of humans, I mean, women have always been sexualized, and we've always been known to be good for one thing.
I am more than just making sandwiches, and I am more than my looks.
Yeah, I'm more than just eye candy. And so I think that's been something that's really hard, because, I mean, everybody wants a pretty girl, but then once you have the pretty girl, then that's when the guys have insecurities, and then they treat you like shit. If a guy looks at you wrong, oh my God, watch the fuck out.
Well, and apparently we have to watch out for P. Diddy. Apparently we have to watch out for him, most importantly.
Oh my God, I hate that this is all happening. I'm glad that it's all coming to light, don't get me wrong, but I just hope that something actually happens with this, because at the end of the day, like, all this news could come out and, oh, that's so crazy, fuck P. Diddy, blah, 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 this and that, but what is actually going to change in Hollywood to protect other young people coming up into Hollywood, you know? Well, what's the actions going forward?
Well, let's talk about how P. Diddy abused his girlfriend at the time, Cassidy.
Did you see the hotel video?
Yeah, it was awful. He was like dragging her. Like, you can't even you can't even be Cassidy and not be affected by it. Like,
No.
it doesn't matter. It really doesn't. And so I hate it because now that I'm dating right now and like I'm out and about, it honestly, I have in the back of my mind that you're either abusive or I don't know, I shouldn't be this scared to go on dates.
No, seriously.
I shouldn't have to share my location with my friends because of the dates I'm going on.
And like one thing that really saddens me, honestly, like my inner child personally, is I feel like I roamed. I mean, I was like in a smaller town at times too. Like it wasn't just where we're at. Like I was in a small town every once in a while. Like I just moved around a lot. And so when I was in the smaller towns, you know, you just get to hop on your bike and you can go to the grocery store. They had like Tootsie Rolls for a penny that I would go and get.
Yeah.
You'd bike to the pool. Like you had so much freedom. And now I just feel like there's so many pedophiles running around.
I know.
And it seems like so many of them are getting away with it that it's just like scary to even let your kids out, you know?
My grandmother's ex-husband was a pedophile. He was super strange, but like I just remember he had this garage that you could go up into the loft and he had candy up there.
Stop.
Yeah. If you ask my sister, it's fucked up. But he would, like, the neighbor boys would come over, get candy. I remember I dated a guy who knew my grandfather and was like, yeah, he's a fucking weirdo. He's not my real grandfather, but
still
at the time,
yeah. That's so horrible when it comes from like a family member too.
And he is still roaming out there because there's never enough to convict them.
Yeah.
There is enough, but there's never enough.
Right. And instead they were going to put potheads in jail and leave the pedophiles running. So
makes sense.
That's our judicial system for you. But 1 in 5 women experience it.
Ages 18 to 24 are often to be found at bigger risk.
Yeah. Oh, just hit 25. No.
Phew, right off that. You're getting old, don't worry. Yeah, they don't want you anymore. Yeah, you're not good anymore.
Yeah, dust. Dude.
You're dust.
Yeah. Dude, you know how old Donald Trump is?
Like 80 something?
Okay, 78, but still. I'm like, you're born in the 40s.
This dude is old.
How are you not blown away in the wind yet? Dude, dust particles.
My conspiracy is that anybody that is that age and still working, you're on drugs. You're on something.
Oh yeah.
Like I'm convinced Donald Trump is on Adderall or something because how are you so at it?
I know.
I'm not. I'm almost 20. Or I'm 29 tomorrow.
And also, how are we gonna let a guy that was born and raised in the in the 1900s? How are we gonna let a guy that has no recollection of growing up in today's day and age? Like, I just think it's crazy that people are allowed to be in office for that long because you don't actually know what's going on. Like, I mean, even my grandparents, even my mom, like, they will give me crap about, oh, well, just go live on your own, quit getting roommates. And I'm like, you don't understand how expensive it is to live on your own. Like, I can't fork up $1,100 for rent in a month for one, like, studio or 1-bedroom apartment.
Right.
And that doesn't include my student loans, my car payments, nothing else. And so it's just like, you don't understand in this economy, like, it's actually almost impossible to live on your own. I mean, married couples are living together. You know what I mean? Like, I just think that's so crazy.
As a girl who's almost 30, I live with my parents. Not ashamed of it. I'm here to save money. Free rent, man. Free rent.
No, but I mean, at the end of the day, it's just everything that you do costs so much money, and so,
breathing costs money nowadays.
It's just miserable.
Having a headache costs you a few dollars nowadays. You can't even be sick and not cough up a few bucks.
No,
you know,
seriously.
Like everything's so expensive.
So I just feel like if anybody's gonna be in office and running running America, I just feel like we have to cut it off. Like,
we gotta have an age line. That would be great.
I just feel that you're not even with us anymore. You're basically, in the afterlife already. You already got a foot in the door.
Seriously, like, I am so over our economy that I registered to vote this year.
Yay! Nice. I'm registered to vote, and I will definitely vote this year. Although I was really ticked off because in South Dakota we actually got
I know exactly where you're going with this. I'm so mad.
They legalized marijuana, and then everyone voted on it, and they're like, yeah, it's passed, whatever. And then out of nowhere, rug from under us, and they're like, Just
Kidding.
you weren't quick enough, you know, you thought.
We found a bill that actually says we don't have to do that. Actually,
go fuck yourself.
actually, we go fuck ourselves, is right.
So, I don't know, that's really burnt me out on the voting process, just because I was like, I went out, it was my first time being able to vote, I was like, hell to the yeah, I was like, this is great, was super happy with the results, and then, yeah, they're like, just kidding.
I don't love talking politics, but I will say that our governor, she kind of stuck her foot in her mouth. She's like talking about she's basically saying how she has the right to do what she needs to do as a governor, and she took away that privilege because the people voted for her. So that's what we voted for her to do. But we also voted for marijuana.
Yeah.
And like, I mean, if we're so wrong about that vote, then we could be so wrong about voting you in. Like,
so true.
So I hate how
perspective.
Yes. So I think she shot herself in the foot, because I'm like, you can't say, well, that's what elections. She literally said, well, that's what elections are for.
Right.
You know, you voted me to be your governor, and I'm like, well, yeah, but we also thought we did the right thing, and we're also trying to vote for marijuana. But what do the people know? Apparently, the people don't know what we want, so we don't know what to vote for.
We're just a bunch of sheep.
Just a bunch of sheep.
So yeah. So I don't know. That was kind of wrapping it up on politics, and not only politics with, you know, our government and all that stuff, but also politics with Hollywood. I
don't drink, but our government makes me want to drink.
Yeah, I know.
That's for sure.
I definitely could use a good. I'll be a basic bitch, and I'll take a White Claw. You know.
Take a White Claw for that, for sure. For sure.
Well, cheers. Think.
Perfect. But I love that. Well,
conspiracy theories next, I think.
Yeah,
maybe.
I could totally get into conspiracy theories. That sounds so good. That's like a warm blanket.
I know.
Let's do conspiracy theories. Light a candle.
Yeah,
people would love that.
I would love that. All right. Well, thanks for watching. Like always, if you liked it, you can like, comment, share. And
tell us what we should talk about.
Yeah, what did you think? And if you have any other conspiracies on Hollywood or politics, we'd love to hear them. And if you
don't think we're that funny, it's okay, because we're called Not That Funny.
Yeah, hell yeah.
See you guys next time.